Good afternoon. Here we are in Gran Canaria, Spain at the Campagnolo launch, where this weekend they showed off for the first time ever their brand new Super Record and Record drivetrains, as well as, most importantly, the 12-speed. 12-speed drivetrain has arrived, and here's for a close-up look. Brand new derailleur, chock full of so many new features, it's amazing, as well as you'll see here the crank, but here it is. That's what a cluster of 12 gears looks like. No wider spacing, it's the same as 11-speed spacing, so this will fit on existing wheels. Brand new, look at this beautiful derailleur, bigger 12-tooth pulleys. There's so many features in this that it's hard to even keep track of them all. One part of the new drivetrain is all new cable housings, which they attribute much of the smooth shifting to. But here's the piece de resistance, the Super Record crank. Just beautiful, gorgeous. It's available in, of course, standard, compact, and semi-compact, but the thing about this is beautiful. Most special is, look at this right here. The crank comes up and forms an exterior brace to reinforce the big chain ring, to keep the chain on, as much as just to keep the chain ring from deflecting. I mean, all carbon fiber, just incredible. This is just on a standard Campagnolo build bike. We've been riding this whole weekend though, a whole bunch of different bikes from Bianchi to Orbea, Cervelo, Cannondale. But let's go on. The other part of the show this weekend was the new Bora wheels that Campy has become famous for. Unfortunately, they're still a little bit on the narrow side, 17 mil internal width. But then also here we are, brand new disc brakes from the levers on down to the rotors. But the magic is really now on the new 12-speed levers. The hoods are 8 millimeters higher than a standard mechanical lever. They have redone the shape of the levers. The double curve, the famous double curve brake lever here is now it's more molded inside for the trigger lever. Remember that with Campagnolo there's a separate lever for each function. Each lever, this is just the brake lever, this is just the upshift lever, and here is just the downshift lever. Click, click. The shape of those inner levers have also been redesigned to make them easier to get to from the drops. And they've also, there's so many facets of how they've redesigned this transmission and the brake levers and the shifters to make shifting even more efficient and quicker. And from our 2 days on the bike, I just have to say that they really have achieved the goal. So many shifts of the 12 in the back. You can of course do 5 shifts at one time right there, and on here you can do 3 shifts at a time going back up. Beautifully sculpted levers as always. The ergonomics are spot on. The front derailleur has been completely revised with all new mechanical parts in here. These arms have all been redesigned. There's now a 3-arm function so that it swings even more quickly and efficiently up from the small ring to the big ring. Of course, it has to have a new chain. They have the cluster itself has got 2 sets of monolithic steel gears right here and right here. And then here's all your aluminum gears, and they now use aluminum spacers in between instead of the formerly that was used like a nylon. Hard plastic was used, so to even aid in more precision and to keep the tolerances square for what they need, they've now using aluminum in there. There's 2 cluster sizes, 1129 and 1132, and that's your only choice. It's got a new derailleur hanger. Here you can either use the standard derailleur hanger mount or direct mount as well. And speaking of direct mount, the brakes, Campagnolo, besides just having the best disc brakes in the market, part of that reason is just the form and function. They don't do the brake mounts are all direct mount. They don't do any tabs in there, no adapters at all. So they have 6 different bolt lengths to accommodate flat mount on the fork and on the chainstay. Just simple. The rotors are just beautifully machined. Just nice. The artistry, of course, Campagnolo style. So the rotors come in 160 and 140. They're still saying 160 only for the front, which we'll do our best to get around because we are big fans of just running 140s front and rear. They seem perfectly adequate. They've proven to be perfectly adequate for all of our braking needs back home. So we spent 2 days up here in Gran Canaria. Over 12,000 feet of climbing in 2 days. Awesome. And overall, I just have to say, after just 2 days riding them in the Super Record and the Record we tried yesterday, the mechanical only, just fabulous shift performance. Just the ergonomics. I mean, look at the design of all these things. It's just wonderful. So anyways, this is a quick rehash of what we saw for 2 days in Spain with Campagnolo. They're going to tell us they're going to get us a test bike real soon. We can't wait to do that. I broached the topic of having Campagnolo gravel products, and their certainly ears kind of perked up when I talked about that with them in terms of getting maybe a Campy 1x. You never know. Certainly not a super record, but maybe a Potenza 1x would be pretty sweet. They need to make some wheels a little bit wider for sure. Again, to have more shift performance. Again, there's those big pulleys, 12-tooth pulleys now, completely enlarged. The design also with each shift not only keeps with their Embrace technology, not only keeps the derailleur closer to the gear, but with each shift down towards 11, the derailleur now moves forward to offer even more chain wrap and to grab even an extra gear for more direct power transmission. So it just seems like, I mean, nary a detail was forgotten about, and it's just a sort of thought process that's been going on with Campagnolo since Tullio started the company in 1936. Invention of the quick release skewer, of course, as the history books are written, and in the years since, of course, everything as important as a wine bottle opener to the wheels, to the brakes, the drivetrain. I want to give a quick thanks to Campagnolo for inviting us to the furthest most tip of Spain, off the island of, off the mainland of Spain. 2 days of great riding, a bunch of journalists. They've had over 50 journalists here over 3 weeks. They've got over 60 bikes of the different brands made that are specking Campagnolo. Even Cannondale was great to see the Cannondales jumping up and specking some Campagnolo. So anyways, that's it from Gran Canaria, Spain. Keep following along with Road Bike Action, and we'll be back for more later.